The Lord and Savior of the fragrance community, Jeremy Fragrance, said that if you were to get one of the Dolce and Gabbana the ones,
buy only the eau de parfum.
And I happen to agree with that. However, this fragrance has one very critical flaw. So make sure you watch till the end because you're not going to want to miss that. The original Dolce and Gabbana the one came out in 2008. 7 years later, this bad boy comes along and takes the world by storm. I'm not even kidding. The eau de parfum is one of the highest rated perfumes for men of all time, being perfumed by none other than the greatest of all time, Olivier Polish. Debatable, but one of my favorites. But since these fragrances have been around for quite some time, I'm gonna keep this review very modern. Will this fragrance be good 2023 onwards, or should you throw it out your window? The notes in the EDP and the EDT are exactly the same, but I'm gonna spray it on my skin so I get a better representation of the smell for this review. Very alcoholic off the top, guys. So the top notes, grapefruit, coriander, basil. The middle notes, cardamom, ginger, and orange blossom. In the base, you're getting amber, tobacco, and cedar. To me, it smells like a very sophisticated, masculine, smoky, woody, spicy scent. So basically, you're getting a lot of the tobacco, the amber, some spiciness. I'm not picking up much of the grapefruit, to be honest. I think mostly I'm getting a lot of the base notes, which is the amber, tobacco, and cedar. It almost looks like a whiskey decanter. Kind of looks like whiskey too, even in its color. So if you're someone that likes more unisex leading fragrances, I don't think this one's for you. It is a compliment magnet if you are the type of man that would wear something with this. A girl I was with last night told me that she didn't like this smell and it reminded her of her ex. Very familiar to a lot of people. So if you want to smell unique, I don't think this is going to do it for you, honestly. The EDP just seems to have a little bit more depth, with some of the fragrance notes just being a little bit more pronounced than the others. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more tobacco and cardamom, whereas I feel like in the EDT you're getting a little bit more of the lighter notes. The EDP is just a darker, more masculine vibe. This is a bad boy fragrance. With a smell like this, you'd expect more projection and sillage, but you're not getting too much of that. This is more of an intimate scent. It stays a little bit closer to your skin. The projection is maybe 1 to 2 feet, and the sillage, very average. In my opinion, this was kind of intended to be for more intimate occasions. But don't worry, I'm gonna get to the critical flaw. I wanna outline the pros to this before I go into the cons. One of them being the price. Dolce and Gabbana the one is relatively affordable if you buy it on a discounter. I got mine for $77 on Fragrance Buy Canadian, which honestly I think is the perfect price for this. I actually bought mine as a tester because I broke my other bottle and I wasn't too impressed. This is definitely a winter fragrance. It's versatile for the winter because you can wear it day or night for multiple occasions, but you shouldn't be wearing this in the summertime. I would say it leans a little bit more to the nighttime, but you could also wear this during the day. Like honestly, rules are meant to be broken. Who am I to say when to wear this? Wear it whenever you want. One of the major cons is the longevity of this fragrance. This is also one of the cons I had with the EDT. The EDT lasted on my skin maybe 1 or 2 hours at the most. I was kind of thinking I was just maybe getting nose blind to the EDT, but that turned out not to be the case. I was only able to get like 1 or 2 hours out of that sucker, so I upgraded to the EDP. I was a little bit more impressed. I was getting around maybe 3 to 4 hours. As an eau de parfum, I would expect a lot more longevity out of that, maybe towards the 6 to 8 hour mark, but I have to say I was sadly disappointed in that category. Make sure you know that you're gonna probably have to reapply this quite often. If they were able to make this last like 12 hours, I think this fragrance would be easily one of the best fragrances of all time. However, I think that it is, in my opinion, a little bit overrated because yes, it is a good smell. Yes, it's very masculine. Yes, it's very crowd pleasing and it will get compliments, but the longevity just is not there for me. I tried multiple tests with this. This is my second bottle and I only bought the second bottle to do a review. Maybe it's been reformulated since 2015. I think it has been a couple times, but that is a critical flaw and I think it's a major disappointment to me. Should you buy Dolce and Gabbana the one EDP for 2023? It honestly depends. If you're someone that likes masculine scents, likes tobacco, wood, spice, and doesn't care about longevity too much and is okay with reapplying it, sure, I think you should absolutely buy it. However, in my opinion, although this is one of the most highest reviewed fragrances of all time, it's a very controversial statement. I personally wouldn't buy this again. There's fragrances that kind of do this a bit better. They last a bit longer on my skin. It definitely has its time, it has its place, but it's a familiar, recognizable scent. Very, very overused nowadays. You do smell it on people quite often, especially in the fragrance community. I'm not saying don't buy it, but definitely keep that in mind. I think that this is a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's dragged down by the fact that it just doesn't last long. I'm not hating on this fragrance. I think it smells smells amazing. Please don't dislike the video because I said that, guys. I know so many people love this fragrance. I'm just trying to be very honest in my reviews and save people money where they can because times are tough. If you like very masculine scents, I think that something that you would like is this fragrance right here. So make sure you check out that video next. I'll see you over there. Stay fresh. Power!